Hello and welcome to this important and insightful breakdown of a traffic stop involving a routine police encounter that takes an unexpected turn. What starts as just a simple stop for alleged swerving escalates into, a situation involving a search, claims of cannabis possession, and an arrest. In today's video, we're gonna dive into every aspect of this encounter, analyzing the interaction between the driver and the officers, understanding the legal grounds for searches and arrests, and most importantly, providing valuable lessons on how viewers can navigate similar situations with law enforcement. Whether you're interested in understanding your rights during a traffic stop, curious about how communication plays a role in de-escalation, or simply looking for meaningful perspectives on law enforcement interactions, this video, it has something for you. So stick around as we break down the footage, offer commentary on key moments, discuss the broader society lessons we can all learn from this encounter like this. Let's get started.
Hey, what are you doing, man? Get back in the car. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. I pulled you over because you're swerving.
I'm sorry.
It took you over a minute to pull over.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Couldn't stop the car. I thought something was wrong with it.
What's wrong with the car?
I don't know.
Any reason you just popped out of the car like that?
I just wanted
Don't do that, man. That makes us nervous.
I'm one of the good guys.
All right, so talk back over here out of the road. I'm also concerned about why are your eyes so bloodshot water.
I just got nothing to put to work.
Nothing to drink tonight?
Nothing to drink. Officer.
No alcohol?
No alcohol.
Dude, stop moving around. Stop moving around. Is there anything illegal on you?
No, nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Do you mind if I pat you down, make sure you don't have any weapons?
Sure. Do you stop everybody that swears?
Yes.
Okay. Well, now
Just let everybody that swears.
Well, now you know me.
So-
I'm not drunk. I don't have drugs. I don't have a gun. I gotta go to work.
Okay, I smell the odor of cannabis coming from the car. So I am going to search the car.
I smoke my car because I don't let my kids know that I smoke.
Do me a favor, stand back from my partner over there. I'm trying to make this as fast as possible for you, my friend.
I gotta go to work at 4 o'clock for crying out loud.
Have you calmed down? Relax. Okay, I'm sorry.
Apologize.
I got bad news for you. You're under arrest for illegal transportation of marijuana. I need you to turn around, put your hands behind your back.
I'm not.
Don't fight this. It's gonna get worse if you fight this. Put your hands behind your back. You don't want another charge.
I'm going to work.
I'm telling you right now, it's only gonna get worse. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're gonna get another charge. You're gonna get another charge. Put your hands behind your back.
The suspect was charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor, resisting, obstructing possession of cannabis in a motor vehicle outside of an approved container, improper lane usage, and improper turning at an intersection. He's innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Now that we've watched the footage, let's break it all down. This encounter offers multiple teachable moments and raises critical questions about public safety, police procedures, and legal awareness. The initial approach and understanding police procedures, right off the bat, we see the driver unexpectedly exit the vehicle after being pulled over. That's probably never a good idea to do that unless the cop asks you to step out the vehicle after you pull over or something, but this move immediately raises concerns for the officers. Why? Because sudden movement and unpredictable actions during a traffic stop are perceived as potential threats depending on how they take them. Police are trained to maintain control of situations to ensure their safety and the safety of everyone else also. And when a driver exits the car without being asked to, think about that. Officers naturally become cautious about it. It's a situation, where anything could possibly happen. Somebody stepping out of the car, you don't know what they're doing. They didn't ask them to. An educational takeaway right there would be, if you're ever pulled over, it's important to stay in your vehicle unless instructed otherwise by the officer, and keep your hands visible, usually on the steering wheel, and wait for the officer's instruction. Following these basic steps can set a calm and cooperative tone for the encounter. And the importance of clear communication. One noticeable aspect of this footage is the driver's attempt to explain mechanical issues with the car and his reason for pulling over late. However, the way these explanations are delivered comes across as disorganized and somewhat defensive. An educational insight would have been, when communicating with law enforcement, clarity and calmness are your best allies. If there's a legitimate reason for a delay in stopping or any other concern, Explain it briefly and respectfully. Avoid over-explaining or becoming defensive, as this can raise suspicion rather than elevate it. And legal grounds for searches, understanding probable cause. During the encounter, the officer mentions detecting the smell of cannabis coming from the vehicle. In many jurisdictions, this can provide plenty probable cause for a vehicle search. Important legal context would be, cannabis laws vary by state and country. In some places, the smell of cannabis alone is enough for a search, while in others, legal possession may complicate the matter. Regardless, it's crucial to know your rights. If an officer requests to search your vehicle, you have the right to politely ask whether you are legally required to comply. However, if probable cause is established, such as the smell of cannabis, refusal may not prevent the search. Stay informed about the cannabis laws in your area and understand what constitutes lawful searches. Knowledge is power in situations like that. As the situation unfolds, the driver becomes visibly agitated, moving around and arguing with the officers. That ain't gonna help. This only heightens tensions and makes the situation more challenging for everyone involved. And an educational takeaway right then and there would be remaining calm and composed during police encounters is crucial. Emotional outbursts or erratic movements and behavior can escalate the situation and lead to misunderstandings. Practice deep breathing if you feel anxiety rising. And remember that cooperation doesn't mean forfeiting your rights. The encounter, culminates in the driver's arrest for the transportation of cannabis and resisting arrest. What could have been a simple traffic stop turned into a legal ordeal with multiple charges. And the analysis off of that would be, while the officers were within their legal bounds to investigate and take action based on probable cause, the driver's behavior played a role in the escalation. Attempting to resist or physically pull away from officers only worsened the situation. And a key lesson from that, if you believe you are being unfairly targeted or wrongfully arrested, the best course of action is to comply calmly and seek legal recourse afterward. Fighting back during the encounter only adds charges and complicates matters on your defense. You know what I mean? And the broader societal implications here would be this footage also invites us to think about the relationships between law enforcement and the public. Trust and mutual respect are essential in maintaining public safety, but they require effort from both. Sides. And my personal perspective here, is that as a society, we need ongoing conversations about police training, community engagement, and, public education on legal rights. And by fostering understanding and communication, we can reduce the frequency of negative encounters and build, we can build a more just and equitable system for everybody, And my final reflections here and what viewers can learn, is number one, stay calm and composed. Your demeanor during a traffic stop can influence the outcome, and know your rights. Understanding the legal grounds for searches and arrests empowers you to navigate encounters confidently, and comply first and dispute later. If you believe your rights are being violated, comply respectfully and address the matter through legal channels. Effective communication matters. Clear, respectful communication can de-escalate tense situations. And my personal thoughts on the path forward is watching encounters like this reminds us of the importance of empathy, education, and accountability. While it's easy to criticize from the sidelines, Understanding the complexity of these interactions foster a more clear perspective of the whole of everything. By learning from both successes and mistakes, we can work toward a society where public safety and individual rights are upheld harmoniously. Let's continue to educate ourselves, engage in meaningful conversations, and strive for positive change. This video really captures an intense and educational encounter between the driver and police officers during what initially appears to be a routine traffic stop. What unfolds, however, provides a deeper look, into how quickly a seemingly simple situation can escalate, leading to significant, legal consequences. And the footage, begins with officers pulling the driver over due to allegations of swerving and delayed compliance when being signaled to stop. Right from the start, we can observe several critical elements, that are often present in lawful interactions. The importance of communication, lawful compliance, and understanding your rights. One of the most striking aspects of this encounter is the driver's decision to exit the vehicle immediately, which is an action that can create safety concerns for the officers. From their perspectives, unexpected movements heighten the potential for danger, prompting a more cautious and assertive approach. The interaction becomes more complicated when the officer claims the smell of the odor of cannabis emanating from the vehicle. This claim sets off a chain of events, including a vehicle search, heightened tensions, and ultimately the arrest of the driver for cannabis possession and other charges. And why did I include that footage? Why was it included in this video? Is that I chose to include this footage because it offers viewers a valuable learning opportunity. While traffic stops are common, not everyone understands, everything about their rights and responsibilities during such encounters. This video serves as a real-world example that illustrates, for number one, the importance of proper conduct during traffic stops. Viewers can see how both the driver actions and the officer's responses influence the outcome of the situation. This heightened the need for calm, cooperative behavior and respectful communication with interacting with law enforcement. And number two would be the legal complexities of probable cause searches. The footage demonstrates how an officer's claim of detecting the smell of cannabis can legally justify a search in many jurisdictions. By including this, I hope to educate viewers on what constitutes probable cause and how to navigate situations involving search requests. And number three, understanding escalation and de-escalation. As the situation escalates, viewers can observe how emotions play a significant role in the progression of events. The footage underscores the importance of staying composed and following lawful commands to avoid further complications. And number four, the broader discussion on law enforcement and public relations. This footage invites a conversation about the relationship between the public and police. By analyzing this interaction, we can explore ways to improve communication, build trust, and ensure that rights are respected during encounters. And the educational takeaways for viewers is that this footage was included not just for the dramatic elements, but for its educational value. Here are some key lessons viewers can take away. Number one, comply first and dispute later. One of the most important lessons is the principle of complying with lawful commands during a police encounter. If you believe your rights are being violated, the safest approach is to comply and seek legal recourse afterward. Keep your rights. And number two is know your rights, not keep your right, but know your rights. Understanding your rights during a traffic stop is crucial. While you have the right to remain silent, refusing lawful searches requests, when probable cause is present, may not prevent a search. Knowing when and how to assert your rights respectfully can make a significant difference. And number three, effective communication matters. The way you communicate with officers can influence the tone of the encounter. Clear, respectful communication helps de-escalate tensions and demonstrate cooperation. And number four, the impact of emotional regulation. Maintaining emotional control during stressful situations can prevent misunderstandings and escalation. Taking deep breaths and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively can lead to better outcomes. And number five is cannabis laws and their implications. The video serves as a reminder that cannabis laws vary by state and country, right? Understanding the legal status of cannabis and how it impacts driving laws is essential for staying within the legal bounds, like the legal boundaries of the law, you know. And why this matters, why does this video matter? This video matters because it reflects real world challenges that many people face during traffic stops. By analyzing this encounter, viewers gain insight into the dynamics of police interactions and the importance of legal awareness. It also prompts meaningful conversations about police accountability and the public's role in maintaining safe and respectful encounters. Through thoughtful commentary, I aim to provide viewers with practical knowledge that they can, apply in their daily lives, whether it's understanding the significance of probable cause, recognizing the importance of clear communication, or learning how to handle tense situations calmly. This video offers valuable lessons. And if I had some final thoughts about it, I'd say by including the footage and providing transformative commentary, my goal is to educate, inform, and engage viewers in meaningful discussions about their rights and responsibilities during police encounters. This video encourages viewers to think critically about their actions, understand legal procedures, and promote positive interactions with law enforcement. Why you should like, watch, and share this video. If you're someone who cares about understanding real-life encounters between the public and law enforcement, this video is a must-watch. It doesn't just show the raw footage of a tense traffic stop. It dives deep into the complexities, challenges, and lessons that emerge from situations like this. Watching this video can empower you with knowledge that you might need someday. Whether during your own interactions with law enforcement or simply as a well-informed citizen, the educational value of this video is undeniable. Traffic stops are one of the most common points of contact between the public and police. Yet many people are unsure of their rights, responsibilities, and how to handle such situations calmly and effectively. This video breaks down what went right, what could have been done better, and how both officers and civilians can foster safer and more respectful encounters. But this video isn't just about educational. It's not just about that. It's thought-provoking. It prompts viewers to think critically about issues like probable cause, lawful compliance, and the emotional dynamics of high-stress situations. By analyzing these moments in detail, the video encourages viewers to reflect on the role, communication and cooperation play in resolving conflicts peacefully. If you found this video insightful or learned something new, liking the video is a small but impactful way to show support. It helps the content reach more viewers who can benefit from the same lessons you did. It signals to YouTube that this content is worth promoting to others who are interested in educational, transformative commentary on real-world events. And sharing this video takes that impact even further. When you share it with friends, family, or on your own social media platforms, you're not just sharing content, you're spreading valuable knowledge that can foster greater awareness and understanding. Imagine someone in your circle learning a critical piece of information that helps them handle a future situation more safely and confidently. That's the power of sharing thoughtful content like this. That's the power of sharing this kind of content, basically. And let's not forget the importance of encouraging discussion. Tell others why they should watch this video and lessons, and what lessons stood out to you. Start a conversation in the comments, on social media, or even around the dinner table. Your perspective matters, and this video is designed to be a catalyst for meaningful dialogue. And lastly, don't just watch the video and move on. Stick around, explore the other content on this channel, and consider subscribing. If you're someone who values educational commentary, personal perspectives, and transformative breakdowns of real-world situations, this channel offers content that keeps you informed and engaged. Thank you all for taking the time to watch, like, and share. Your engagement helps create a community of thoughtful, informed viewers who are empowered by knowledge and open-minded discussions. Stay curious, stay respectful, and keep learning. Why I make these kinds of videos, somebody might be asking, the reason I make this type of video is rooted in a desire to educate, inform, and spark meaningful discussions around real world interactions between the public and law enforcement. These scenarios, often captured on footage, offer invaluable lessons about communication, compliance, and personal rights, and the balance of power in society. Instead of simply showcasing raw footage, I aim to break it down, analyze it, and provide thoughtful commentary that helps viewers gain deeper insights. One of my key motivations is education. Many people are unaware of how to properly handle encounters with police officers. Whether it's a routine traffic stop or a more complex situation, by dissecting these events, I strive to offer viewers a better understanding of what to do, what not to do, and how to stay calm and composed under pressure. Empowering viewers with this knowledge can lead to safer and a more productive interactions for everyone involved, right? And beyond education, these videos serve as a platform to explore broader societal issues, such as public accountability, and law enforcement procedures and civil rights. I believe it's important to engage in conversations about how we can improve these interactions and build trust between communities and the police. These discussions aren't always easy, but they are, necessary if we want to see positive change, I also make these videos because I know the power of storytelling and analysis in making sense of complex situations. When we take the time to break down what happened and why it happened, we gain new perspectives that help us grow as individuals and as a society. Personal perspectives are essential in these, type of discussions, and I never shy away from sharing mine to foster a respectful exchange of ideas with viewers. Another reason I create this content is to challenge assumptions. It's easy to judge situations from the outside looking in, but by examining footage closely and offering balanced commentary, I hope to encourage viewers to think critically and avoid jumping to conclusions. Ultimately, I want these videos to be valuable, not just as entertainment, but as transformative content that leaves you more informed and thoughtful. My hope is that after you're watching, you'll walk away with practical knowledge, a greater understanding of the complexities of human interactions, and a sense of curiosity to continue learning. Thank you for watching, engaging, and being part of this journey. Your support fuels my commitment to making content that matters. Why my content matters? The content I create matters because it goes beyond simple entertainment. It's about education, awareness, and meaningful discussion. In a world where viral videos often focus solely on shock value, my aim is to provide transformative content that helps viewers better understand complex real-world scenarios, particularly those involving interactions between the public and law enforcement. One reason this content matters is that the educational value it brings to the viewers. Many people don't know how to navigate situations involving police encounters or other tense public interactions. By analyzing and breaking down the footage, I aim to equip viewers with practical knowledge on how to handle these scenarios more safely and confidently. Knowing your rights, understanding appropriate behavior, and staying calm under pressure can make a significant difference in outcomes. Additionally, the content sparks essential conversations about civil rights, accountability, and communication. Law enforcement plays a critical role in society, but with that role comes the need for transparency and responsibility. By analyzing these interactions, we can discuss what went right and what went wrong, and how both officers and civilians can learn from these events and build more trust and mutual respect for another. These conversations may not always be comfortable, but they are vital for societal growth. And another reason for this type of content and why it matters is that it humanizes the individuals involved. Too often we reduce people, to based we critique people based on a single moment, captured on camera. Through thoughtful commentary and analysis, I strive to add context and perspective, reminding viewers that there are always layers to every story. And by doing so, I hope to foster empathy and understanding rather than quick judgment. Moreover, my content encourages critical thinking in an age of rapid media consumption. It's easier to accept surface level narratives without questioning them. By breaking down footage, exploring legal, matters, and offering personal perspectives, I invite viewers to think critically about what they see and form their own informed opinions. This type of content also matters because it empowers viewers to take actionable steps. Whether it's learning about their rights, understanding how to de-escalate tense situations, or simply becoming more aware of social dynamics, viewers can walk away with valuable insights that apply to their own lives. From a broader societal perspective, creating content that promotes accountability, awareness, and education contributes to a healthier, more informed community. By examining real world scenarios, we can collectively learn how to navigate challenges, improve communication, and foster positive relationships between the public and authorities. Lastly, my content matters because of the community it fosters. Viewers come together not just to watch but to engage, share their perspectives, and learn from one another. This shared dialogue is a powerful tool for growth and understanding. In a world filled with content designed purely just for clicks and views, I'm committed to creating videos that leave a lasting impact. Your engagement, curiosity, and support fuel my mission to continue producing meaningful content that makes a difference. Thank you for being part of this journey. Why should viewers be a part of this journey? Becoming part of this journey is about more than just watching videos. It's about being part of a community that seeks understanding, growth, and meaningful conversations. We dive into real world situations that many people experience but often don't fully understand. Together, we analyze, learn, and reflect, creating valuable insights that extend beyond just what's shown on the screen. When you join this journey, you're not just consuming content. You're gaining knowledge that can empower you in everyday life. The world can be unpredictable, and knowing how to navigate challenges, particularly those involving authority figures or tense public situations, can be life changing. You know, whether it's, learning about your rights, understanding de escalation techniques, or simply becoming more aware of how to communicate effectively. This content is here to inform and equip you with tools that matter. But it's not just about education, it's about, connection. It's about the connection. This journey is about building a community where your thoughts, experiences, and perspectives matter. I encourage viewers to share their insights, ask questions, and engage in respectful conversations. Your voice adds depth to the discussions, and together we can gain new perspectives and grow. And being part of this journey also means contributing to a culture of accountability and empathy. By analyzing real situations, we hold both individuals and institutions accountable. But we can also strive for fostering understanding. Life isn't black and white. And by exploring, the matters of each scenario, we learn how to navigate gray areas with compassion and wisdom. Moreover, this journey is a chance to be part of something meaningful. In a digital world where, often dominated by content designed solely for entertainment, we aim to create something with lasting value. A space where learning, growth, and positive change takes center stage. As a viewer, your support fuels this mission, whether it's through the comments, likes, or shares, or simply engaging with the content thoughtfully. Every interaction contributes to making this platform stronger and more impactful. When you share the content or recommend it to others, you're helping spread knowledge and awareness that could genuinely help someone else in their own encounters or understanding of complex issues. This journey is ongoing, and as the world continues to evolve, there will always be new lessons and, new ways to learn and new stories to analyze. Together, we can face those challenges, learn from them, and become better for it. So thank you for being here, for supporting the mission, and for contributing to the growth of this community. Let's continue this journey together, learning, discussing, and making a positive difference one video at a time.